What's up guys, this is ZonalFear bringing you a random commentary. I'm not entirely sure of what I'm going to be talking about in the exact order today, so really this is kind of a commentary where I'm just going to go with the flow and sort of say what I'm thinking really. So first up is SimCity. I've been thinking about buying SimCity recently and I almost took the plunge yesterday, but after hearing a lot about the problems at launch where players were having issues connecting to the server, well, to the EA servers, I've kind of held off against it. That and the fact that EA's pricing for SimCity is absolutely insane as well. Currently SimCity is around £45 for digital download. I'm aware that you can find it cheaper as a box copy to your house, but I don't want that. I want a digital download of the game. So that's kind of put me off buying SimCity at this moment in time. When it gets a little cheaper, and by a little cheaper I mean talking around the sort of like £35 mark, then it will be something that I will pick up. But up until that point I'm not really too interested in buying it at the insane price it currently is. As a sort of result of that, I bought instead Cities XL 2012, which is in a similar vein to SimCity, and it's quite enjoyable actually. It's currently £7.49 at 50% off on Origin, and it's definitely worth the $7.49. It has some unique issues, such as the performance ain't so great on any sort of machine from what I've been reading really, but it's quite a fun little city simulator. Thinking of other things as well, a channel update. I'm aware that I was doing a Sniper Elite V2 walkthrough, and I'm going to carry on with actually finishing that walkthrough. But at this moment in time, I've kind of sort of stopped halfway through the walkthrough of Sniper Elite. The reason being is that I record all my games to like a different hard drive. I have my games on one hard drive and I'm recording off another hard drive. And for some bizarre reason, when I went to render the video itself, it didn't render properly, and as a result I lost the raw file of the second part of the level that I was doing at the time. So I am going to be carrying on the Sniper Elite V2 walkthrough. I'm just not entirely sure when I'm going to pick it back up again, because the first part of that mission was quite hard and it's a bit of a slog if I'm honest, so I'm not entirely eager to go at it again. Another thing that I've been thinking about recently is, well, gaming in general really. The Black Sunshine kind of touched up on it a little bit with sort of EA and the issues that they're having at the moment, and after listening to his commentary the other day, it kind of got me thinking how, for lack of a better word, crap a lot of games are now. And by a lot of games I mean the games that appeal to me as a gamer, such as first person shooters, action games and everything else like that. They're all following a similar mould. Dead Space 3 has been sort of panned by not strictly sticking to the formula of the Dead Space franchise, and as of yet I have not bought Dead Space 3 because of these issues. As far as I'm concerned, when Dead Space 3 goes on like a massive sale, from what I've read it may be worth me picking up, but as a faithful continuation of the series I hear that it's not very faithful in terms of how it carries on the franchise. Interestingly enough, both of these games work their way back to EA. Both SimCity, with all the issues it's been having at launch. From what I've been reading on the net, I understand that EA are now offering SimCity gamers who have registered their copy by something like 26th of March a free game, which some of them were absolute crap, but then there are others like Battlefield 3 and Dead Space 3 which might be worth it. And if you've already bought SimCity, then it's kind of nice to have a little something extra for all the issues that you've faced with SimCity since its launch. I'm not entirely sure that I'd want either of those games, to be fair, but that's just me. Both games do run back to EA, and the Medal of Honor Warfighter, which the Black Sunshine was playing the other day, which is the main reason I've kind of came up with this commentary, stated that Medal of Honor wasn't so great either, and that's because they all sort of have a massive emphasis, I feel, on kind of incorporating elements of other games, namely another popular first person franchise whose name shall not be mentioned, and incorporating it into their games. Now what this does is, while it may appeal to some gamers of the No Name Mentioned franchise, it will antagonize loyal existing customers of the franchise. This is kind of happened with Battlefield 3. It's happened with Medal of Honor. I'm not entirely sure how you go from Medal of Honor Underground and Medal of Honor Underground 2 from the early days of the PlayStation to Medal of Honor Warfighter, but somehow along the way things have gotten a little strange, and EA have gone from what was a sound, solid shooter, Medal of Honors on the PC were absolutely fantastic back in the day, to what I can only describe really as a sort of clone of, well, I might as well say the name now, Call of Duty. I'm not entirely sure how you go from a beloved franchise to a game that was universally panned for being both crap and, well, Call of Duty-ish. This has been a trend in gaming that's been happening for a while, and it's only now that I'm sort of saying anything about it, biding my time, seeing how other franchises go. And it pretty much seems that every other franchise that we as gamers, as we as hardcore gamers enjoy, is having certain parts of the franchise dumbed down to cater for a target audience which, quite frankly, just doesn't care. If a guy wants to go on and play a fast-paced shooter, he's going to stick with what he knows. He's going to stick with Call of Duty. He's not going to go, oh, but that Medal of Honor actually looks really fun and I'm going to stop playing Call of Duty for that. He's going to stick to exactly what he knows. And in the meantime, the game that Medal of Honor is trying to emulate is having massive success, while the original game, Medal of Honor, is not. Because people just don't care. You know, they want to play what they already know. So chasing the casual market, you know, the quick action gamer market, is really having a negative impact on games, and it's not something that I see will be alleviated for a while. These are just my thoughts on what I think about the state of gaming in general at the moment. Do you agree with me or anything else like that? Do let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, let me know and tell me why, because I'm interested to hear. Until next time, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.